Hi, hello friends. How are you all? Are you hunger for the knowledge? Then get ready to learn something new. Many of us may have many doubts such as where is India, how is India, and what is correct location of India. Now, in this video, let us know answers for these questions. India is located in northern hemisphere and in southern Asia with the area of 3,287,268 square kilometers. India is located from northernmost part of India Siachen Glaciers to southernmost part of India Indira Point and easternmost part of India Anjwa district to westernmost part of India Guhar Moti. India is located between 37 degrees 6 minutes northern latitude to 6 degrees 45 minutes northern latitude and 68 degrees 7 minutes eastern longitude to 97 degrees 25 minutes eastern longitude. India is surrounded by three sides water bodies. They are Arabian Sea, Indian Ocean and Bay of Bengal and one side land. So it is known as peninsula. The neighboring countries of India are China, Pakistan, Bhutan, Sri Lanka, Myanmar, Afghanistan and Nepal. India has six relief features. They are the Himalayas, the Indo-Gangetic Plains, the Peninsular Plateau, the coastal plains, the desert and the islands. These physical features are known as Indian relief features. Now, let us look at these features little briefly. Himalayas run in west-east direction up to 2,400 kilometers. In western region, its width differs from 500 kilometers and 200 kilometers in the eastern and central regions. The Himalayas are the borders in the western region. The Himalayas comprise three parallel ranges. These are separated with deep valleys and extensive plateaus. The Himalayas are known with different names. They are, the first one is Greater Himalayas or Himalayas. Second one is the Middle or Lower or Himachal Himalayas. And finally, the third one is Shivaliks. The northernmost range of Himalayas is known as Greater Himalayas or Himadri. This range is the most continuous, consisting of highest peaks with an average elevation of 6,100 meters above the mean sea level. Himalayas are fully covered with snow and ice. The seasonal cycles of accumulation of ice, movement and melting of glaciers are the source of perennial rivers, which are also known as evergreen rivers. These Himalayas are also known as Middle Himalayas because they lie parallel to the Himadri in the north and Shivaliks in the south, and sometimes also called as Himachal or Lower Himalayas. Its altitude is from 3,500 meters to 4,500 meters above the sea level. Mostly, many peaks are more than 5,050 meters above the mean sea level and covered with snow throughout the year. The Pirpanjal, the Dhaulodhar, the Muzarain ranges, the Nagatida and Mahabharat Lake are some important ranges of Middle Himalaya. The Pirpanjal, which is located in the Kashmir, is the longest and the most important range and southernmost range of Middle Himalayas. Between the Pirpanjal and the Zakir ranges of main Himalayas lies the famous valley of Kashmir running over the distance of 135 kilometers in southeast to northwest direction. This valley is about 40 kilometers broad and extended in the area of 4,921 square kilometers with the average elevation of 1,585 meters above the mean sea level. In the east, the Middle Himalayas are marked by the Muzarain and Nagatiba ranges. The Muzarain range has an average elevation of 2,000 to 2,600 meters and runs over a distance of 120 kilometers from the Muzarain to land zone. Shivaliks are the southernmost range of Himalayas. It is also known as Outer Himalayas. For the distance of 2,400 kilometers, Shivaliks run parallel to Lesser Himalayas from Protwar Plateau to Brahmaputra Valley. The width of Shivaliks in Himachal Pradesh is 50 kilometers and in Arunachal Pradesh is 15 kilometers. It is almost an unbroken succession of low hills except a gap of 80 to 90 kilometers which is occupied by the valley of Teesta river. The altitude of Shivaliks varies from 600 to 1500 meters. As the Shivaliks are the last formation of Himalayas, they obstructed the flow of rivers from the upper reaches of Himalayas and formed big lakes in the valleys. The slit and sediments brought by the rivers got deposited in these lakes. After the rivers had cut their course through the Shivalik ranges, the lakes are drained away, leaving behind plains called duns in the west and duars in the east. As we discussed before, Himalayas are the reasons for the perennial rivers such as Indus, Ganga and Brahmaputra. And these perennial rivers are the reason for the Indo-Gangetic plains. 20 million years ago, it was a shallow basin that was gradually filled with varied alluvial soil that these rivers brought from Himalayas. Indus rivers form plains in western region, Ganga in central region and Brahmaputra in eastern region. Western parts of Indo-Gangetic plains were formed by the Indus rivers and its tributaries, the Jhelum, the Chenab, the Ravi, the Beas and the Sultis, flowing from Himalayas. Most of the Indus River is located in Pakistan but very little in Punjab and Haryana. In Haryana and Punjab, fertile land between two rivers is called Doab. The central part is known as Ganga Plains. It extends from the river Gahar to Teesta. This part is spread in the states of Uttar Pradesh, Bihar and partly in Haryana, Jharkhand and West Bengal. Rivers Ganga and Yamuna join together in Allahabad. The Himalayan rivers, while flowing down, deposit gravel and pebble sediments in a narrow belt of 8 to 10 kilometers width found parallel to foothills of Shivaliks. This feature is known as Dabar. Dabar is porous in nature. Small rivers and streams flow underground through Dabar and reappear in lower areas and form a swampy and marshy region called Terai. However, owing to migration at the time of India's partition, most of the Terai zone has now been cleared and used for agricultural operation. Fine alluvial plains regions are found towards the south of the Terai region. Indian Plateau is also known as Peninsular Plateau because, as we discussed before, India is surrounded by three sides water bodies and one side land. It contains mostly old crystalline, hard, igneous and metamorphic rocks. Peninsular Plateau is bordered by rounded hills such as Western Ghats in the west and Eastern Ghats in the east. The southernmost place of this plateau is Kanyakumari, and this is also the southernmost part of Indian mainland. The Peninsular Plateau is further divided into two divisions. The first one is Central Highlands and the second one is Deccan Plateau. And again, the Central Highlands are divided into Malwa Plateaus and Chotnagpur Plateaus. It is situated in the south of Ganga Plains and the north of Narmada rivers. Central Highlands are also the border for Vindhya Ranges. Towards west we can identify Malwa Plateaus and towards east Chotnagpur Plateaus. In these plateau regions there is no evergreen rivers even though they are beside plain areas. So for the second crop, farmers need to depend on the wells and dams. Chotnagpur Plateau is rich in mineral resources. And when we come to Deccan Plateau, it lies south of the Narmada river and looks like a triangle, so it is known as Triangular Plateau. The Satpura ranges form the Deccan Plateau's north edge, while the Mahadeva and Kaimuri ranges and the portion of Maikal ranges are the eastern edges. Western Ghats, Eastern Ghats and Nilagiri form the western, eastern and southern boundaries respectively. Western Ghats and Eastern Ghats are parallel to Western Coast and Eastern Coast. Western Ghats are from Gudlur and join Nilagiris in the south and rise up to the height of 2000 meters, and Western Ghats extend nearly to 600 meters. Western Ghats are higher than the Eastern Ghats, so it looks like a slope from Western Ghats to Eastern Ghats. We all know the Ooty as a tourist place, but it is also known as Udakamandalam, a famous hill station in Nilagiri Hills. Anaimudi Hills are the first highest peak in southern India. Western Ghats also include Palani in Tamil Nadu, Anaimuli and Coromandel Hills in Kerala. The rivers that originated in Western Ghats are now known as peninsular rivers. The mountains of Eastern Ghats are not continuous as Western Ghats because usually water flow from upwards to downwards. So peninsular rivers which originated in Western Ghats flow from upwards to downwards and cut the hills of Eastern Ghats and join the Bay of Bengal. Rivers like Godavari, Krishna, Perna, Kaveri, etc. The highest peak of Eastern Ghats is Armakonda at Chintapalli, which is up to 1680 meters in Andhra Pradesh. Allamallas, Velukondas and Sheshachalas are the some hills in the Eastern Ghats. One remarkable feature of Peninsular Plateau is black soil formed by volcanic activity. The Peninsular Plateau is the oldest landform among all the landforms. The Thar Desert is located on the leeward side of Aravalli and receives very little rainfall, ranging from 100 to 150 milliliters per year. The desert consists of sandy plains and rocky outcrops. Thar Desert is much occupied in western Rajasthan. Its climate do not support vegetation cover. In rainy season, some streams appear, but after soon they disappear. Luni is the only river in this Thar Desert. The southern part of the peninsular plateau is bordered by a narrow coastal strips, the Arabian Sea on the west and Bay of Bengal on the east. The western coast starts from Rann of Kutch and ends at Kanyakumari. It is narrower than the eastern coast. The plains is uneven and broken by hilly terrains. Konkan coast, which includes Maharashtra and Goa, Kanara coast includes Karnataka, and Malabar coast includes Kerala. Bay of Bengal plains are wide and have large surface structure. It stretches from Mahanadi in Odisha to Kaveri Delta in Tamil Nadu. These plains are formed by the rivers Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna and Kaveri and are very fertile. These coastal plains are known by different names locally: Utkala coast in Odisha, Sirsar coast in Andhra Pradesh and Coromandel coast in Tamil Nadu. Andaman and Nicobar Islands is an elevated portion of submerged mountain parts running from Myanmar mountain Arakan Oma. In Andaman and Nicobar Islands, Narcondam Barren Islands are of volcanic origins. The southernmost tip of India is found in Nicobar Islands called as Indira Point, which was submerged during 2004 tsunami. Lakshadweep Islands are of coral origins. Its total geographic area is 32 square kilometers. This group of islands is famous for great variety of flora and fauna.